Please text the word Trailblazers along with your issue and seat location to 55555, and a guest experience member will respond immediately. We still have a few tickets available for Trailblazer home games for the coming season. See the ticket booth for more information on special offers. The National Basketball Association and the Portland Trailblazers are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using violent language.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first matchup of the NBA Cup. There is a lot of excitement in this building tonight. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Trailblazers in Portland. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Sacramento Kings. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Naz Reid out there with Randall. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And for Portland, Avdia is out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Henderson. Then there's Red Hot. And it's Kamare in at small forward. And a little extra at stake tonight, as this is the first game of the NBA Cup group stage for each of these teams.
And both coaches want to get that first win under their belt. With only 4 games in this stage, the tournament doesn't give you much room for error. Here we go.
And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Pass to Coffee. The 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
For 3, Edwards. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
And here's Randall after the 3-pointer from Red Hot. Here's DiVincenzo. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Just 5 to shoot. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
The competitive fire of Anthony Edwards, admirable, going right back at him.
Connects from 3-point range.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Left side, Edwards. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Edwards got 5.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
From the arc. It's in from long range. One more from Red Hot.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. Takes the 3. It will not find the hoop. It's his 3rd miss. He has made 2. Here's Coffee. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
DiVincenzo against Henderson. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Clock at 6. Shot on the wing.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, and I think they're doing a nice job.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Another miss by Minnesota. Trailblazers leading by 13. Here's Coffey. And another three for Portland.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week. Red hot.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their efforts.
Here's Alexander Walker. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
You know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And the call will be against Red Hot. That's his first foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Walker's checked in.
Substitution on the court.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. And a missed layup.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Einad's checked in. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against Memphis.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
and they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Inside, here's Walker. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Clark is out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. And this is game 1 of the group play stage of the NBA Cup. Teams are divided into 6 groups of 5.
And while those groups are randomly selected in a drawing, there is an attempt to kind of keep them balanced with teams slotted from different tiers based on their previous season record. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And Minnesota has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Shakes them. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Here's Klingon, and it's Klingon with the jam.
And Klingon uses his size well and just bullies his way through the defense.
Timberwolves have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Alexander Walker passes to Ingles. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ingles has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. From deep three-point territory, they grab their own miss.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here is Edwards after the Trailblazers pick up 2.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Coffey. No good on the 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Gobert with a screen on Simons. Edwards, good.
Really like what Edwards did there, assertive in the 2-man game.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. A different look now for Portland. Andre Ayton's checked in for Klingon. Avdia comes in for Walker. And Scoot Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simon. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. Daniels, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo and for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. And as outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Grant, he's checked in for Shaedon Sharpe.
A superstar-level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skills.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive balls.
And again for 3.
And folks, he just set the record for most three-pointers in a rookie season.
Ever since entering the league just a few months ago, he has been on a mission to win. He's out there to ball. We've all seen it. Wouldn't surprise me, though, if he's unaware of the record. And the Timberwolves call time here. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Trailblazers. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
And for the Trailblazers, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season. It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Avdia against Randall. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that one's good, Ayton.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Randall. And just miss after miss right now.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Henderson, no one around him. Reed with the rebound.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Pass to McDaniels. Randall against Avdia. Randall no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be right back after this.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Portland Trailblazers. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative?
I wish you wear an alternative jersey every once in a while, Ernie.
Yeah, man. You know, your threads are getting a little bit stale. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up with this? I just asked a basketball question, and now it's a personal attack. I'm done with you two. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Portland Trailblazers.
Hey, these guys are a bunch of artists, man. You know why? They live for the paint. Oh, that joke was weak, but their play style is Diesel approved.
I wouldn't say the joke was weak, it just needed a capper. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Minnesota shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Red Hot is out there with Scoot Henderson. Then it's Denny Avdia. Then there's and it's Kamare in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Pass to Ayton. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Coffey. Softly drops in the floater. Coffey's got 39.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Outside Edwards. That three off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and rolls.
And he makes the first.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. DiVincenzo finds Reed. Pass to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Walker the pass to Simons. Here's Sharp. Cans it from downtown.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Edwards' shot is good.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Now Simons. 5 points in the game. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 6 points in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
That's a 2 from Simons. It's good from the top of the key.
It took a little time for Simons to kind of come into his own, but now he's playing with supreme confidence.
1:31 left in the third. Outside Edwards. Misses from close range. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's Sharp missing. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. Edwards with another miss.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Pass to Klingon. Here's Benton. Julius Randle with the rebounds. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. 24 seconds left in the third. 3-pointer and another 3 for Minnesota.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randle with so much more confidence now from the outside.
And here is Simons. 7 points in the game. Pass to Benton. Over Edwards. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Trailblazers on offense, so on the floor for Minnesota. Gobert is out there with Clark. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Edwards. And it's Shannon in at point guard. Thibault for 3. They get it back. Grant with the ball. Clock at 4. Fires away from way outside. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Shannon, no good. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Benton. Walker a screen. There's the triple. The Trailblazers rebound. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Grant gets a wide open look. Here's Reif. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Edwards, and he drives in, hangs in midair, and converts on the double clutch layup.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Manton, the pass to Grant. Portland, no good that time either. The Timberwolves shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Shannon, no good. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Disastrous start to the period. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Banton. Shot clock at 6. Thibault kicks to Walker. Over Clark. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Gobert down low. He's covered by Grant. Gobert, no good. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Here's Reith. Pass to Banton. There's the pick.
2 minutes.
Portland needs to get off a shot. From deep, Walker. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's a minute 47 left here in the 4th quarter. Edwards passes to Shannon. Into the lane. And that one goes long. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Pass to Reith. Grant outside to stop the drought. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And they're going to take the second game between these two clubs, just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 left to play in the season series against Minnesota.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Red Hot.
He was extreme.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Reith. Over Gobert. And the shot no good, a bit short. Now here's Edwards. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And tonight, not just a regular season win, it also counts in the NBA Cup standing.
And if you look at the teams that advance in the Cup, you normally have to win this first game, so they're off to a strong start.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Ulmer, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time